Hello, hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me, because I don't have my external mic and everything up. Thomas, you still need the lipstick, but it stains white facial hair, I've been told. Thank you, darling. So you guys may have to deal with some background noise. I cannot tolerate my headset right now. I have too much congestion and it hurts. It doesn't feel nice. So, no headset with mic right now. And it should be fairly quiet. My minions are in their rooms. So, give everyone a couple minutes and then I feel like Patty and Selma from The Simpsons with his voice right now. Like, I've never smoked a day in my life. But I feel like I sound like I smoke a carton a day. How, Opal? Was it just like from sinuses? Or do I need to get involved in dragon domestic violence protection? Like, Opal Dragon, I'm gonna need more than that. Papa, I can wish we had you on the other night and everybody, women and men, were in love with your voice. Everybody was all about the voice. Yeah, you have some rasp, but you have like the deep, sexy voice to go with it. I just sound like Patty and Selma. And not a good version. Anubis a little bit, but that's not surprisingly the main cause of this. So while people are filing in, we'll cover a couple silly mundane things. Um, Everybody who's been around long enough or kind of knows my background and um, my family background knows that nuclear and submarines are a thing. Um, you know, I am now the owner of, in possession of, since my father has passed, um, of some plank holder gear from two submarines. And everybody who who's known me has kind of known that, I wanted to originally go to the Naval Academy, but I was barred because of my father. And I was a security risk to the US Navy and all the other branches of the military because of my dad. Which I mean, I guess is fun. Not so much. Um, I definitely didn't think it was fun when my dad let me go through it all. Only get to for me to get to like the last major interview board and them to look at my, you know, maiden name at the time and all my paperwork and go, is your dad this person? Mm-hmm. Bye. Go home. Don't come back. Thank you for your interest. We like you. But no. Um, yeah, no. And then when I yelled at my dad about it, he was like, yeah, I could have told you that. Your brother tried to join and he just tried to join and had the same thing happen. And I was like, are you so how long were we gonna do this? My dad was like, yeah, well, if I told you no, you weren't gonna listen. You were gonna do it anyway, so whatever. Thanks, Dad. He got the same thing. My brother, Crocco, my brother's old AF, and cell phones weren't a thing. And the recruiter showed up at my parents' house to pick him up to take him to like MEPS and to do stuff. And um, the last thing my mom said to him was, don't sign anything. Your father will kill you. And my brother got down there, was talking to everyone. They were thrilled to have, the next mega mind genius. After all the testing, some guy walked into the room, looked at my brother's name, and said, is your dad this person? My brother said yes. And the recruiter got told to return him home in immaculate form right now and then go beg my dad for forgiveness if he hopes to keep his naval career. Because if he upset my father would have ensured that Admiral Rickover personally removed him from the Navy. And Jaime was not a Kuma bear of sugary goodness, as Opal is pointing out in general. But yeah, and promptly returned my brother home. And never got another phone call. But 17 years later, uh, no one was expecting my dad to have another child. Because even when they picked my brother up, I think my mom was pregnant with me, or I was a baby. Uh, because my dad, I believe at that point, would have been at naval at what's it called? In Hawaii, Kaneohe Bay. My dad would have been in Hawaii most likely for work. But So the question I've gotten like a whole bunch before they even found the bodies today. Hey, Muffin. Hey, Creed. So, before it even gets asked, the likelihood that any of those people on that submarine going to visit the Titanic had any chance of survival, and the likelihood that much more than, oh shit, it's not going the way it's supposed to, went through their heads. That was probably the last thing other than carbon fiber that went through their heads. The depth they were at when they lost contact, and the fact that it has been confirmed that the critical failure was a catastrophic decompression. They were dead. They did find a debris field way below crush depth. The problem with all Creed, it's not a search and rescue anymore. They're all confirmed dead. The issue is no, Creed, they've already established there's no chance of anything from anywhere. They were roughly 6,000 feet down, I believe, when they lost contact. It was a carbon fiber hull. Not only was it a carbon fiber hull, it had failed structural testing twice. It had also been repaired twice. And they were at about 6,000 feet on initial descent when they lost contact. So, by calculations, and yeah, Creed, that's not even the issue. By calculations, and knowing what I know, essentially, yeah, so Creed, it's not even that. The depth they were at was essentially, oh shit, that doesn't look well. Everybody's dead. Because you get what's called the diesel effect, and it sucks everything in and then explodes. You can walk all of it back like was done for the one other Russian sub that froze under the polar ice, and you can listen back on, they haven't done it yet, they'll be able to pull the sonar and all the sound stuff from like hours back, and they'll probably be able to hear the explosion. Yeah, hey, Mayor. Yeah, Creed can't make it down there. The problem is they had a hull breach 2 miles underwater with carbon fiber. So the second that somebody went, oh, that's not good, they were all dead. Literally the second. They will be lucky to find. That's awesome, Mayor. They're going to be lucky to find big enough pieces in that debris field. You know, yeah, probably wasn't even a second. It's an, oh fuck, y'all are dead. My dad always said that on one of the runs he ran when he was commissioning things, yeah, they were 2 miles down, and that's not even the depth that the debris is at. 2 miles down is roughly the depth they were at when they lost contact. But when they were on the surface, it was this kid's like first time ever on a submarine. And he said to my dad, you know, they really suck at submarine building. There's so much wasted space. Look, I can walk between the furniture, the consoles, and the hull. Like, why? And my dad just waved it off. And when they got down to a little bit deeper of a depth, the guy came back over to my dad and was like, why is everything touching the walls? My dad was like, because that's how much the hull has flexed from the pressure. So, and you know, for all the questions I always joke I can't ever answer that I do have answers to, my dad used to tell everybody to go watch Down Periscope. It is the most accurate submarine movie you'll ever watch. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Opal. Hey, Mayor. Yeah, Creed. Like, hey, Texas. Yeah. Creed, you know, yeah, you'll freeze. Scrubbers failing. Uncomfortable, not the worst. This had one window and no way to even get in or out. It isn't like even if you had a deep diver that was, you know, rated to deep dive with gear that's a seal that can enter through the torpedo tube. There's no way to get in or out because there's one hatch. But the guy that they failed for blowing the whistle, hey, Danny, they fired the guy for blowing the whistle because there was hull cracks. Yeah, Creed, but what I'm saying is not minced meat. Even if there was some way to get near it, you couldn't open it. You could, in theory, not at that depth. Not at that depth. You could, in theory, you know, in through torpedo tube, they can close the outside. You have an inner chamber. You can readjust pressure. Yeah, Creed. So it showed 2 critical failures of stress fracture in the carbon fiber. And he tried to be a whistleblower, and they fired him for saying, hey, this isn't safe. And they fired him. Unlike metal, carbon fiber does not flex to that degree, and it had a stress crack. So, yes, Creed, suicide. There was stress fractures in the carbon fiber that had been pointed out, and when the gentleman that was, it did have true cracks, but with x-ray exam they found some stress fractures, and they quote unquote repaired it, and they fired the guy for being a whistleblower because you don't want to upset the rich people that are going to get on it. So, yeah, you got into a sub with a stress fracture in a hull that was going 2 miles underwater. So as soon as you heard any noise or a crack, that would have been the catastrophic moment where you don't have to worry. I saw so many things where like, oh my God, it must be so bad. They're sitting down there knowing they have 30 hours oxygen left. No. No, they were they no they did not. That was probably the last thing they were worried about, because they were probably already dead in fishy food. Yeah, Jerry, it was a catastrophic decompression explosion. Yeah, Creed, I wouldn't have even worried about that. Again, you got into a carbon fiber crappy bubble with stress fractures. Took it 2 miles underwater and it crushed. So, yeah. They gone. They were not sitting down there waiting for oxygen to rub out, to burn out. They were not down there waiting for someone to rescue them. They were dead instantly. Yes, Croc. Why I said you, my dad would laugh when everyone was like, why is nothing up against the wall? It will be when you're down there. No. They were long since dead, everybody. So there we go. The way, so Creed, ironically, I saw the waiver. Creed, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about mentioning insurance. I saw the waiver they had to sign. The waiver they signed, yeah, nothing was getting past that waiver. Anubis, I really don't know. I mean, even James Cameron called them idiots. And James Cameron's pretty much the head idiot of anything involving the word Titanic. That's cool, Creed. No, Thomas. The waiver was almost 100 pages of airtight waiver. So, airtight waivers. Mayor Wrench, we will be prepared to play a lot of Quiplash and a lot of occupy, Mayor Wrench time. Yeah, Thomas, the waiver was more airtight and watertight than the vessel itself. So, hey. Yeah. I got a bunch of text messages and stuff about, like, the debris fields, and a lot of people didn't know my dad had passed away. How does your dad feel? I mean, he's dead, so he doesn't, but, I can tell you he would have made fun of them. He would tell you to watch down Periscope. It's more accurate. And he would have called them fucking morons with more money than brains. Wasn't wrong. You got into a carbon fiber thing with a stress crack that had been down twice already. So the amount of stress that thing had been subjected to, knowing how little flex carbon fiber actually has. Yeah, Thomas, Thomas, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. We're gonna have to work on liability and copyright infringement. Okay, with TYT, we've been talking about that. Anubis, yeah, 95's gonna reopen. I don't think. Yeah, marriage. It actually isn't a bridge, it's an overpass. It was an overpass and the fire damaged it. I mean, I guess in a way it's a bridge. I talked to a bunch of the guys and I was on the phone with a bunch of my technical rescue friends that were there. And none of us think it is going to stay open that long. Some of my friends that are structural engineers were out there along with the technical rescue guys. And they were like, yeah, Fetterman, everyone pushing for it to reopen. They're rushing it a little quickly and, rushing some of the testing. So I have questions, but whatever. So we've covered that. We've covered you're a dumbass if you get in a carbon fiber thing and you go down 2 miles underwater. So, Creed, what happened is it isn't It's not a bridge, right? It is an overpass, and under it is the exit ramp. What happened was there was a tanker fire. I'm not sure, Mayor Wrench. I think she was doing work stuff last time I talked to her. She might be at Opal's house. Ask him. So, Anubis, OSHA violations are not even close. Confirmed. The 5-man crew's dead. No shit. So, like I was saying, Creed, essentially the off-ramp went under this overpass. There was a tanker fire that was burning at such a high temperature, it caused structural issues with the concrete. Hey, Cookie, I'm not going to be here that long. It caused such structural issues from the temperature of the fire that several hours after the fire went out, the entire overpass section collapsed onto the road under it because of critical failures to the steel. Mayor, I can help you. So, it's not even that both sides are F. Creed, the entire thing is not attached. It's just, it was chilling on the concrete underneath. Yeah. Steel structural failure. Oh, you're a cool mayor. Massive structural failure. And CCW, be nice to me and my OSHA self. And the best OSHA posters I've ever seen are the spoof ones that are currently posted at the new Minion Cafe in Orlando. Someone sent me pictures, and they're hysterical. Like, I want them. They're so funny. Will call. I wish I sound like Patty and Selma gone wrong. But, yeah. So, my friends are the structural engineers, like, yeah, cool, it'll be rebuilt. I don't think it's gonna last. Creed, when you see OSHA reminder of the table head stream, yeah, hold on to that fork tight and make sure there's no airbags nearby. Because I got nothing for you. I didn't have anything to do with that, sure. I'm just saying. But CCW, they're Marge Simpson's sisters from The Simpsons. Both of them are heavy smokers, and they always have like the cough, wheeze, and rasp that I'm rocking. So, Yeah, Creed, I never want to have to go fishing for body parts again. That was one of the most bizarre days at work ever. Let me sedate the person seizing so I can use McGill forceps to remove the body part that's now an airway obstruction. Just so you know, I cried laughing the entire 2 hours it took for me to write that chart because I didn't even know what to write. And every time I tried to, hey, Edinger, every time I, tried to write, I would start laughing. Yeah, Anubis, yeah, see, Papa, I told you I sound like Patty and Selma. Um, yeah, Anubis, I think it may work temporarily, but the problem's going to be I don't think they have properly taken into account the amount of traffic and wait doing that much of a rush for it to be able to reopen it. I mean, they called it clear, and several hours later, one of the rescue techs found a body. So, I don't know. Yeah, Papa, I told you, I know I sound like Patty and Selma right now. I'm not getting it from Massachusetts. Although, I mean, maybe don't take it from the person whose entire job is to direct traffic, make fun of stupid, and uh, various other things. CCW, no, it's not like the mafia version of bobbing for apples. Papa, I don't think you were on that stream. Yeah, Anubis, I saw the same retaining wall system. I still think we're gonna have some issues. Retaining wall system or not, I still think we're going to have some issues. Even if it stays, even if they're able to keep the overpass up, I think it's going to be problematic. The short version, Papa, when I was first a paramedic, I got a very calm phone call that I was needed on scene for a severed piece of male genitalia. And when I got there was police throwing up. It was at a restaurant. And we were like, oh, Lorena Bobbitt. And I was wrong. when I asked about the severed body part, they asked where my other paramedic and ambulance were, and I'm like, nobody said anything about two patients. And well, there was a second patient with a fork stuck in her head. She had been under the table at the restaurant, and had a seizure event and bit down and amputated said body part. But she was having such seizure issues that were tonic that her and like clonic issues that her jaw was locked, and the male genitalia was now an airway obstruction, and the gentleman um, in a desperate attempt to get her to not bite, stabbed her in the head with a fork, hard enough that he buried the fork into the skull bone. No, no, this was Loki has to give meds and go fishing with McGill forceps to remove the genitalia out of the airway so that they stand a chance at reattaching it. It was one of the most awkward charts I've ever written. She bit him. He stabbed her in the head with a fork. Here's the amount of versetamate and fentanyl I gave. I retrieved it with, McGill forceps and a, Miller 4-blade on a laryngoscope with direct visualization. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Henninger, I have to say, in a way, I preferred that one to the surprising number of cases I've had to deal with where airbags went off with some young lady's head in the driver's lap when the airbag went off. I used to say I have questions, but no more. I have seen more stupid in 16 years than I thought humanly possible. Like, it legitimately got to a point where I was just, what? Excuse me, what? You have what stuck where? I have taken a gentleman. Yeah, Henninger. Yeah, I gave up with questions. I mean, I did take one guy to the hospital with a giant chunk of concrete and piping. That was a good day. I had to call the fire department out to break up concrete. Um, trying to think of the really good ones. I did have one that concerned me. It was a pedestrian versus vehicle, which generally means call the coroner. It's going to take a shovel to collect them. But dispatch kept telling me that it was the biker / pedestrian versus the vehicle, not the vehicle versus them. And I didn't really understand. What they meant. But hold on, guys, give me 1 second. I'm failing at being me today. Ah. There we go. It wasn't even a biker Hettinger. It was a dude riding a regular bike. Rode it right into the side of an electric vehicle, and the car driver was the one injured. That was a new one. I was like, you're essentially driving like a tot like a Power Wheels. Some dude riding his bike that rode it into the side to hurt your person. Yeah, he was riding his. You mayor. No, mayor. All this means mayor is Jewish star. I think this is the brand you were looking for. Yeah, ran right into the side of like this dude's car and hurt the guy driving. Yeah, then Mayor, you were talking about Manischewitz. But they do. This one's a good kosher one that's fairly cheap. Or yes. But, I mean, Papa, MD 2020 isn't wine, technically. That's not wine. That's technically a spirit or a cordial, not wine. Anubis, I gave my kids pixie sticks. I don't drink wine, Mayor. If you look at the picture of me as the maid of honor at my best friend Brandy's wedding, it is an attractive picture of me holding a rocks glass of whiskey while everyone else toasts with wine or sparkling grape juice because she was 8 months pregnant at her wedding. Yeah, I was absolutely hammered on whiskey. I was so hammered because the night before I might have accidentally done something that caused a fire inside of Dave and Buster's at the Philadelphia waterfront. So hey, it was a good weekend. Her wedding was I'll have to find that picture. No, I had to go. The oops was me trying to walk. Yeah. The oops was me trying to walk. And it was intentional. I knew I wasn't going to be able to walk. But that was her goal. Because we are living vicariously. Hey, love.
Hey, just you tonight. No crocus squirrel.
He's in the chat. It's not going to be a hugely long stream. It was just a proof of life stream.
Oh, proving you're alive.
Yeah. And addressing the, hey, your dad's the famous submarine guy. Yep. What did he think about the submarine? Well, he doesn't. But had he still been alive, he'd have made fun of them. That thing was made out of carbon fiber and failed for stress fractures. And you took it down 2 miles anyway.
Well, I hear it's a bunch of rich people, so...
Yeah, but I got to read the waiver they signed. They're all dead. Boom, send it to Croc, would you?
Wait, send what to Croc?
The link.
Oh, sure. Have to transfer it to my phone. Or off of my phone onto my computer.
Never mind, I'll just do it.
No, I got it. Oh, wait, the link's up top. I can literally just copy and paste it.
Yeah?
I am super smart.
Yeah, SMRT. Opal, you are. It's okay.
Man. Croco Squirrel being a DM prude, not letting me slide into them DMs.
Rude Croco. Anubis, unfortunately, they are not. Most of them have already reproduced. So then you're not a candidate.
Okay, I will send it to Croco Squirrel as soon as he friends me.
As soon as he stops being approved.
Yeah.
Or I was saying about like the drunk at Brandy's wedding thing.
Mm.
And I mean, like, you know, everybody involved. So you'll get a kick out of this. So I mean, obviously you've seen a whole lot of me. And you've worn some of my clothing at one point. Mayor, I'm sure you could be Boom's friend. Boom is amazing. Boom's known me longer than pretty much anybody here. Well, Boom's definitely known me longer than anybody here, but Boom has known me longer than most people in the world.
Wait a minute. I see cool, clear water. How are you doing?
Papa's doing good.
I
He's
actually
hoping not.
didn't get your message. Unless it was the message through Loki.
With the new phone number,
Yeah, I didn't get one.
I'll make sure you get it.
Okay.
His aide said she sent it to you. I know they saved it. I'll make sure you get it.
And I will be your friend, McGnome. Even if you prefer gnomes over goblins, I will make an exception.
Okay, A, if y'all think I won't fight you over my sister, you're wrong.
She'll definitely bash your skull in with one of those huge mag lights.
Yeah, I might be known for the maglite problems.
I want
But,
one of those that takes 4 D cells.
Yeah, that's exactly the one.
Yeah, those ones.
I used to carry one as a paramedic just for that reason.
Like my blue one? Your blue one takes C cells, I think. Oh. Hmm. It should be a D cell.
Papa, yeah, I'll handle it. So Brandy at her wedding was going to be like 8 months pregnant, okay? And on top of it, the other 2 people that were in her wedding, one was her soon-to-be sister-in-law, and one was another friend who'd been a friend for like forever. And Brandy is like 5'3", and she's lost a bunch of weight now, but like pregnant, she was 5'3" by 5'3". She was huge when pregnant, but even at her thinnest, she, has worn like a size 12. She's got some curve to her. And then, she was huge at the end of her pregnancy. The other 2 girls in her wedding were plus size. Or like a 16 or an 18 in women's. They weren't little. And we'd gone dress shopping. She commented about having a hard time, like, with the dress because the only person that could try dresses on was me. They don't carry plus size dresses that big, like, in stock. Most places. They get ones that are good enough you can, like, put on. And they just kind of, like, have this elastic thing in back so you can get an idea. And for the ones they didn't have, like, even a plus size sample, obviously I'm a sample size for everything. Kind of goes with the job. Boom, you'd have died. Because about that point in time, the bridal consultant went, just so you know, I know you're only like 4 months pregnant and don't have a huge bump to her. She's not even a pregnant bride to be. But just so you know, if you put all three of them in the same dress, even though it's the same dress and they just scale the size up, it's not going to look the same on her. Meaning me versus the other two.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
no, it wouldn't. It would not quite. You have
right.
to. There's some work to do.
Not even that. People don't realize that, like, scaling up a dress to make it plus size will distort the proportions. Yeah, you're making it wider, but you're not stretching it vertically, too. So things will hit differently and won't look right. You know what I mean? So if you take a picture, you just stretch it one way, it looks warped. Right, having her different dresses, different body types.
Also, hi Muffin. I didn't want to ignore you, but I didn't want to interrupt the story.
Oh, you can interrupt me, boom. But Hettinger, this bridal consultant got this brilliant idea to tell a pregnant bridezilla this.
Oh, jeez. I'm guessing that was about the end of that.
Well, Brandy didn't care as much as her soon-to-be sister-in-law, who had an all-out fucking meltdown. And we were just trying to make her look ugly.
Oh, jeez.
So this consultant gets this brilliant idea and says, just put her in a different silhouette. You know, looks at Brandy, looks at the pregnant belly, says, what are you wearing? Brandy's like, an A-line that can, pregnancy friendly. Seam right under the boobs and it's kind of A-line, so no matter how big the belly is. So what does she decide? The next word is out of Brandy's mouth. Hunt me. She looked at her and goes, put her in the sluttiest, tightest Barbie dress you can find.
Ow.
What? Excuse me, what? What did I ever do to you? And everyone's just like staring at her. Like, what the fuck? And she was like, well, you said she can't wear the same silhouette as me. Because, like, then I can compare myself. And they're like, yeah. And I shouldn't put her in the same silhouette as the girls because the girls might get upset and it won't look normal. So your literal answer is to dress me like a slutty Barbie. Hold on, let me find Croc. And Croc can put the picture up. Hold on. And you can all laugh when
Oh
I
my God,
tell
Rabbi.
you. What? When I tell you I couldn't walk? Croc should show up in a second.
I've got them. I got the pictures. I just have to push them
You
over
see
here
what I
so can
mean?
film the rest. Yes, I see what you mean. Definitely see what you
So they put me in one of those fit and flare dresses, like the mermaid style. And the other two girls wore normal
Shall I
dresses.
present this to the crowd?
What?
Shall I present to the crowd?
You can.
Huh?
We can.
Share it with the class.
We can
Oh,
share it with
that's
the class.
CCW.
I love CCW. My papa alone.
2 seconds. Good, there it is. There's one.
How low cut can we make this dress?
Very. Sad part of it is I've seen worse. Lots.
Oh
worse.
no. Trust me. You were about an inch away from everything falling out.
Nope, sounds about right.
Yeah, Opal, it has nothing to do with that. It was just like this bridal consultant had her absolutely, Mayor, it's okay. Had her absolutely convinced that I needed to be in the lowest cut, tightest dress that was as polar opposite. Yeah, you can see the girls even more there from everybody else. Anubis, I wouldn't have cared. I was so drunk.
Through my rear? Yes,
I mean,
yes.
if you look at the look on my face, or if you look at like the boobage, you can see from the side view how well, I mean, Mayor Wrench, at least you weren't at eye level for everybody. Yep.
Here's you helping somebody with their dress, I think.
Yep. That's the bride who's very pregnant. Can't tell by the veil. I was pushing my now niece Samantha back because they were trying to lace up the back of it, and Sam, while Brandy was pregnant, wouldn't stop moving for them to get her into her wedding dress. Like, not that it was tight, but it was like she was like not level.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, anyone who's been around pregnant females know that sometimes your belly's like lopsided if they're laying funny. So we needed her to like move back to center to zip the dress.
Ooh.
So I was having a discussion with Half because I called the baby Half.
Why did you call the baby Half?
Someone asked how many guests were going to be someplace. I said 4.5.
And they giggled because I'm pretty sure they knew what the hell you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. And the name Half stuck.
Does that poor kid still wear that name?
Yeah, Sam does. Boom. When I tell you I was hammered, Jay left for Iraq 36 hours before that wedding.
Oh. Yeah, that's no good.
I was hammered. Brandy was missing a best man.
Oh.
Yeah. You ever want to watch a train wreck, just go tell an obsessive bridezilla that their best man, have fun, Mayor, their best man in 36 hours is going to be gone and miss your wedding. The pregnant bridezilla takes it well, let me tell you. I think Jay was happy to be on a plane and be shot at overseas and not be in the line of fire of a pregnant bridezilla.
Yeah, it seems safer.
Yeah, I can imagine why that might be. Yeah. No, I get it. I completely get that.
I was absolutely rocked, drunk, giving that maid of honor speech.
Oh, dear. So you didn't actually have a choice. You had to be there.
Yeah, I was there no matter what. I was rocked. I put down like a fifth of whiskey. Which did not help the fact that I couldn't take steps bigger than like a shuffle because of how tight my fucking dress was. Got interesting. I mean, like not as interesting as my temper tantrum, but hey.
Some interest is better than none.
What?
Some interesting is better than none.
Croc, I didn't even pick a dress.
Oh man, it's Patty.
Patty, I was right. I was right. I said she was either working or she was at Opal's house.
It says Opal's house would be several days away. Yeah, that kind of narrows it down, Ted.
Yeah, Croc, I didn't pick a dress.
No, it got picked for you.
Yeah, I didn't want one. I didn't pick anything. I just showed up. My exact words, if y'all care that much, you can deal with it.
Well, yeah, that could be a thing.
And then I would always get the, what if the dress doesn't fit you? I get paid to be a legitimate fit model for wedding dresses. Like, I can wear every sample off the runway.
At least most of them.
No, every sample, like every straight size designer sample wedding dress I can.
Really?
What?
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Well, I have that's the advantage of being a fit model. When you're a model, you know,
Mm-hmm.
everything will fit you.
It's right in the name.
So, when they're like, but what if it's going to need alterations? No, it won't. Patty, what kind of alternative language is that for dragon sex?
Well, okay, Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow.
I was quicker than some people to get. That's actually you actually did pretty well for that.
Sorry, Opal. Yeah, I literally didn't care. Papa, you just click on when you're going. You just click on your name, like when you change your thumbnail.
Yeah, that's not actually working for me. Funnily enough.
But yeah, it was like the running joke. Like I picked nothing. I could have cared less about a wedding. I wanted nothing to do with anything. I'm like the worst female. Oh, boom.
What up?
Just so you know, Micro is currently, well, I mean, right now she's asleep, but she's been doing the hair toss with her birthday present from you, acting like every basic white child known to man.
That's hilarious.
I had to detangle her hair. And it took so long that I had to, Thomas, tactical TYT weddings. We could do TYT weddings.
Okay.
Oh no, Patty, you can't win that fight. You can't. Just
can't.
abort mission.
I get called a toxic female all the time. And Creed, if you want to talk about a toxic female, all you have to do is watch me in the Frauditor chat. I offended all the female mods in Fraud at Wrangler's chat the other day, or the majority of them, so much that they went and whined to Papa. They went and whined to CCW that I hurt their feelings.
What were you doing?
Thomas.
And it was, what were you doing to make them want to?
Thomas.
Want to do that.
Garter belt. Just TYT garters that fit under the wedding dress.
CCW, to answer your question, that was actually my teenager not quite understanding that juggling a pan is not a good idea.
Yeah, if you're bad at juggling.
I'm just saying.
I can say without fear of contradictions that it was an accident.
You said they were dumb and then stopped responding. Nice.
Yeah. No, matrimonial mayhem. There we go, Thomas. There we go, Thomas. Rocking it as always. Yeah, no, Boom. I got her hair untangled. My mom bought these goddamn stupid bubbles that are supposed to, like, stay better. Remember, like, the horribly toxic plastic shit that you used to come with a straw in a metal tube?
I did scare Chloe with it.
Oh, Alex. That's not getting the thing done.
The
Remember we're
what
talking
now?
about, Boom?
No.
It was like in a little metal
Oh, you
tube.
mean like the weird
Outstanding. Excuse me a moment.
Yeah.
the weird, what is it called? They're like the plastic bubble things.
Yeah, that
I
smell
love
like,
the smell of those. They smelled so good.
yeah, they smelled like toxic fumes.
Hell yeah.
But they don't make them anymore because they were toxic.
Oh, I have a bunch of them in my closet.
I'm not worried about that. But they sell bubbles for kids. They're like a cross between those and regular. So they're like barely tacky, but they don't pop instantly. They just leave like a super fine little, almost like Elmer's glue like film.
Hmm.
Well, she had some in her hair. It took me like 2 hours to get it out of her hair and get the knots brushed out. And then I had to blow dry it straight because it was bedtime.
Hmm.
Okay, sorry about that.
That is
And then,
totally fine.
wait, Boom, you're gonna die. Then she got mad at her brother for pulling her hair. He wasn't. She sat on her own hair.
Oh my god.
I'll tell her you said that, CCW.
Micro.
What?
What? What, Boom?
Oh,
What's up? Oh, I said, oh, micro.
Yeah, she sat on her own hair. I thought it was him pulling it. I was like, he didn't pull your hair. You're sitting on your own hair.
you like basically get tactical better. Because the Young Turks are not a comedy show.
Yeah, CCW, for the longest time, people would comment that our tactical yet tasteful line. And they like, the Young Turks? Like, no.
I'm pretty sure Thomas did that on purpose.
Yeah, Danny, plastic goo. She had like these tiny little chunks. It was in her hair. So it took forever to brush it out, and then by the time I got it detangled, I had to dry it, and I just blow dried it straight, and it comes to mid thigh. It hits at her waist, curly. It's mid thigh straight, and she kept sitting down and sitting on it, and then she'd like try to look down or look, and she'd feel her hair pull, and she would start yelling at Minnie that he pulled her hair. I'm like, idiot, you're sitting on your own hair. Literally, that's you.
Wow.
Yeah, when you're concerned that your kid's blonde, but not blonde.
I can't even with her sometimes.
Sometimes. When can you with her?
Good point.
I mean,
I'm sure there's at least one instance.
I've never met someone as into Pokemon in my entire life.
who can't read? She pulled out an entire binder of rainbow shiny super rare Pokemon cards. Boom was like, what? No, he's more into Pokemon than she is. She just likes the sparkly ones.
Well, yeah, because the sparkly ones are the best.
Yeah, sparkly ones kick ass.
She's a magpie. Although I did get the rhinestone out of his ear. Did I tell you about that, Boom?
No.
Remember when I said we thought it was a bead in his ear?
Yeah.
It wasn't. It turns out it was a rhinestone.
Was there a cowboy attached to that? Oh, sorry.
No. But that purple thing that we thought was a beer, a bead,
A beer.
would have gone
Beer.
better.
Don't have
That
it.
purple thing that everyone thought was a bead in his ear, courtesy of her, was a rhinestone.
Where did that come from?
One of her princess costumes. Where else? Henninger, here's the problem. Micro has an obsession with certain Pokemon cards. And she has procured the ultra secret, weird, rare ones. Like the secret rares. There's a Chonkachu.
Oh my god, not Chonkachu.
Oh.
I heard more about Chonkachu in that one visit than I ever needed to hear in my life.
You don't live with her.
Oh,
Squirrel.
CCW's got a local with a channel that's agreed to help him get started with the recording of the children's stories.
Cool.
I'm excited for that because
Cool.
then I don't have to go drag her little butt out of bed. So she can listen to it. Henninger, Chonkachu is literally Fat Pikachu. It is a sumo wrestling Pikachu.
It's like Pikachu, but Big Chungus.
Yeah. All I know is she came running in screaming she had a gold metallic Chonkachu.
Ooh.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Croc?
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't collect Pokemon cards the way some kids the way some people do, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
She has the black and gold metallic one and the rainbow rare full art one.
Nice.
That stupid fucking rainbow rare is going for $150 ungraded.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, Patty.
Gambling for kids.
But here's the thing. Right? Hold on. This is the stupid fucking thing.
Yep, that's it.
That card, I typed it in. The first thing that came up was it was fucking $600.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
people
about
pay
right.
$600 for a cardboard rectangle.
It's not even
What part of
cardboard.
it? There are people in the world that will pay it.
That's not even graded.
Nope.
We own like 3.
Three of those?
I mean, in Magic the Gathering, if you get cards you're not supposed to have, Wizard sends the Pinkertons after you.
Yeah, I know, right? That's just that some people think that was hilarious. Me, I think the Pinkertons need to stop working for them.
What's MTG?
They should probably stop working for Starbucks, too.
Magic the Gathering.
It's another nerd game.
Magic the Gathering was actually the first collectible card game like that that managed to get any traction.
I got nothing.
Hmm?
I got nothing.
Well, when Magic the Gathering showed up originally, I was in boot camp. So already in my early 20s.
Yeah, Creed, no clue. Hey, cool frog. Yeah, no clue.
Think like it's basically the same as Pokemon cards. It's just more like nerd.
Boom.
That's the only way I can explain it.
Oh, the
Boom.
good vibes, Cool Frog.
Boom, I love you. But the extent of my nerding is I will buy the stupid fucking cards. I never have to hear about them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you never hear about Pokemon in your house.
I really don't. They know better than to talk to me about it.
But she likes the shiny ones.
Yeah, I know.
Oh hell yeah, Fedora Central, Creed.
Creed. You can't get any more Fedora Central than Boom's old roommate, who used to have to go hide in the produce department of a grocery store from.
Oh my god, let's not talk about any of my old roommates. I oh god. Dude
Do you
didn't even have a
understand?
fedora for real.
I got made fun of. Actually,
You're supposed to say it like actually.
well, you can talk to that former nerd. They now live in the same state as Mr. Lindemann.
I have no
So-
idea who that is.
Thomas.
It's Thomas.
Oh,
That's our problem.
wait, you're talking about. Well, hold on. Which neckbeard that I lived with are you talking about? Like
The one that moved to Iowa.
Oh, that one.
Tell him to
Okay,
go
yeah,
visit.
they're both kind of neckbeards.
Tell them to go find Thomas. CCW is a stupid ass card game.
Generally for nutcases.
And all I do is make small children agree that if they want it, they will shut up and I never have to hear about it. So then they wait till Boom's coming over.
And then
And
I
they
get
ambush her.
barraged with it all.
And they ambush her. And she knows what they're talking about.
I'm just glad they like a lot of the like OG Pokemons, because like they got kind of weird after a while. There's like one that's literally a ripped open bag of trash.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the, well, I mean, at this point it's not newer, but it's newer than like Pikachu and Meowth and stuff.
Hey, Pikachu rules.
Pikachu needs to go on a diet based on that card.
Nah. That's just somebody that wasn't taking care of the Pikachu.
Boom.
Where Pokemon.
After you told her what your favorite is, just so you know, they were shopping for birthday presents for you with your favorite.
That's funny.
And I said, well, do you know when her birthday is? And they were like, no. We don't care, though.
Aw.
But yeah, like, they found you.
Well, don't like ruin the surprise.
Yeah, they got you.
No. It's not ruining the surprise. Within like 30 minutes, the two of them were like back. She needs this and this and this and this and this t-shirt and y'all. You're like you're one of the few people that, you know, everybody in the family is all about, so.
Well, that's cool. I appreciate that.
I mean, you know, your mom's favorite most days. I think mom would choose you over me. Because you're nicer.
Because I'm nicer. But you don't have a mean bone in your body.
Yeah, I don't have A. They all are. I did teach my child to call one of your coworkers a pedophile.
Wasn't that critter a manager?
Yep.
Hold on, I need to hear this story.
Oh, her mock toddler horror at the tattoo.
But like, who did she say it to?
Anybody that could hear her loud ass little mouth.
Oof.
I'm not supposed to look at boobies on people. I'm only 5. Why do I have to stare at boobies on your arm? You're making a 5-year-old look at boobies.
Wait, did she actually say that to her? Like, to her?
She just says it out loud. She doesn't talk to her. She'll just look at, like, if she sees her and she knows, because she hears half our conversations when
Oh
you're
no.
here. Creed, don't talk about my people. No, she just knows that the person doesn't like you. And your Aunt Boom.
Aw.
So she just comes up with the most obnoxious thing she can think of at the time and just says it out loud. Loud
I
enough
love
that
that
everyone
so
can hear
much.
her little ass. What?
I said I love that so much.
Like, she doesn't say things to people.
She just
She
says them
just
out loud, super like, man.
Ah, jeez.
she
From the mouth
just
of
says
babes, am I right?
she just says the things. Mommy, why does that person have boobies on their arm? Mommy, why does that person hate Boom? Mommy, are they a hateful asshole? I might have commented loudly that the hateful asshole was working the one day. And so we walked in the first without room. Mom, which one's the hateful asshole?
In the rules. Well, I mean, it actually might be in the rules. Get a little of that sweet, sweet cease and desist order.
Oof.
Yeah, Thomas, I wouldn't be worried about hating Boom being in the rules. Like, you can see how sweet she is. The problem is the micro version of me, who has no inner monologue.
Or filter.
Right. And who just chooses to loudly proclaim things at the top of her lungs.
I mean, I'm almost feeling like maybe you take micro there on purpose.
I do.
Guilty
I
as charged.
choose,
Yeah.
I chose that location over the other one the other day.
The other two
Specifically,
locations that are literally right next door to you.
pretty much. But if I get off at that end of 22, instead of taking the other 22 exit to the house, just get off the Parkway one earlier. No, Thomas. You don't need to like teach the micro that.
No? Why not? Aside from the
Well,
fact she already gets enough bad ideas.
she doesn't care. She does it to protect Boom. If she perceives that someone's being mean to Boom, and knows Boom is upset by somebody and their behavior, she turns into big mad micro Loki.
Very angry.
Yes, she's very angry. Right, but Thomas, here's the thing. She gets, and I quote, big mad. She tells you she's big mad.
She actually says big mad.
Yeah. I'm having big feelings. I'm big mad. You've heard her. You've been here. I'm big mad. Okay, you be big mad. Why are you big mad? I not know. So you're big mad because mommy said she was pissed off because Boom's supervisor's a twat waffle. Uh-huh.
I knew that was coming.
At least I didn't call her Thunder Twonk this time. You know, I kind of want to put that on a shirt still. Thomas, can we get away with Thunder Twonk, the two-legged twat monkey?
Ooh.
I mean, Boom liked that nickname when I gave it to someone.
Not surprised.
Oh. By the way, Boom, as somebody that's known me for more than 25 years, there is somebody that is lurking here. I know they're lurking. Who, A, thinks my picture is a catfish. Can you please attest to the fact, even though I've been on camera, can you please attest to the fact that I really do look like my picture, for one?
Yeah, definitely. Well, maybe not exactly, but like that is a picture, in fact, of Loki.
In bed. Sitting in bed.
You could see like the freaking pillow, and you literally got a chair so you didn't have to sit in a bed like that and like kill your back.
Yeah, Hedinger,
That
I
is
know
in
you
fact
guys
a
have...
bed, and also Loki in said bed.
Yeah, Hedinger, I know, and I brought that point up.
Wait, so like, why is someone doubting that? Like, I don't know.
She didn't quite. She looks a little different right now.
Boom was at my house yesterday, 2 days ago. Boom was here 2 days ago.
I mean, she don't wear makeup constantly.
But I don't look that different without makeup.
No, just like not makeup. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. You look the exact same, just unmade up.
Yeah. But somebody else said same person had another question.
What's the other question?
Well, this was like the best. On the list of things they were accusing me of, they didn't think that Micro was really as savage as they make her out to be.
Oh yeah, Micro's savage AF. Like,
she roasts everybody, me included, some days.
Defend for yourself.
But somebody wanted to know if this is my real personality or if this is just my YouTube personality.
oh no, exactly. There is no discernible difference.
This really is me for 25 years.
I don't know what you're fixing.
I really don't give a fuck. Someone's like, oh, you people just say that online. But I'm sure in person you're different. No.
Like, what? Who's making these accusations?
There's two trolls.
Why does it matter?
Because in their deranged little brains, little being the objective part of that statement, they think that they're going to convince everybody that I am a fraud and fake, and that I really am this like timid, nice, quiet, reserved, and I just talk a big game.
I mean,
And
he
I'm
definitely has more guns than me.
No, I haven't cared since high school.
I mean, if you were anything like Micro when you were little, you probably haven't cared a lot longer than that.
But oh no, Boom does know about the constructive criticism. Boom has lived with me pretty much. Boom is at my house frequently.
Yeah, especially now that I got my car back. I haven't been able to go over in a while.
Yeah.
I hear the car's okay. I know that was the thing that was bugging you.
But I am taking my leave of absence. I signed up for it today. Because fuck that place.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna.
Sorry about that, folks.
They're not going to enjoy some other things they have coming their way.
Well, let's hope that like just the wrath of the world lands upon them.
In the words of someone else in this house who announced today something about the fleas of 1,000 camels infesting their ass hair.
Oh,
gee, I wonder who said that.
See, that's supposed to be armpits.
I was like,
I don't know. But like, yeah, if you have any people here criticizing you like fedora tip and neckbeard, send them my way.
I was just like, no, I really don't care.
Hopefully you're not planning on using them as dating material.
No.
I ironically love neckbeards. Actually, that's so like, okay, long story short, that's kind of, yeah, it's one of the things I got written up for is because like I have this like satirical infatuation with Kim Jong-un because he's basically like if you gave leadership of a country to a neckbeard. I actually got written up because I made like I didn't even make a joke. I just said Kim Jong-un is amazing, and someone took offense to it.
And they also said that it was racist.
Oh yeah, they said it was racist because I complimented Kim Jong-un.
And they're Filipino.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I do actually have the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made no sense. I still don't understand where the parallel is. Like and I asked where the parallel is, and then they like.
I'm not going to be able to tell you.
Yeah, and then like it was kind of goofy.
Kinda? Would that be like being kinda pregnant?
I don't know what it is. All I know is
kind of goofy.
I don't know. I'm just
most decidedly insane.
Thomas, I'm gonna just do what the CEO did and say everything's an allegation. Federal judge tells you that you broke the law. Nah, allegation.
Yep, allegations and shade.
You have like 300 plus unfair labor practices that have been deemed accurate by a federal judge. Nah, all allegations.
Yeah. You have an open OSHA investigation currently, so
Nice. Well, if they need to talk to me firsthand, I would be happy. Also, I really want to do a freaking hostile work environment. I think I can now that they like are clearly abusing the system. We'll talk about that another time.
yeah, we'll talk about that when you're over at the house
Heck
later.
yeah.
I want to hear. This is a story I want to hear.
Oh no, it's just like the third or fourth time they've put like a false report in to get me in trouble because I'm an organizer. So, but it's definitely not retaliatory or targeted.
Oh, of course not.
No, not at
Why
all.
would they do something like that? That'd be illegal.
Yeah, just as illegal as the fact that they took my food and then they handled it and then they unsafely put it in a not food safe bag and used fucking Michael's craft supplies.
She is so freaking stupid. And then admitted it on camera.
Yeah.
Proudly admitted it.
Yeah. When questioned about it, while the person is holding a sealed one. I mean, hey, you do you, boo.
Man, so much crime. So much crime.
Did you bring my other stuff?
Well, I'm going to say goodnight. Give her a last few minutes. I have 10 a.m. phone call with Italy.
Which are in the refrigerator.
Italy.
Oh, don't know which. You're welcome.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Oh, it is.
Well,
So
you have a good night, and Creed, you
don't
need to
go
tell me
anywhere
that
yet.
story. Oh wait, we're not going. Okay, cool.
You stay. Shush.
Oh, I stay.
Guys, I'm gonna go live tomorrow with all our gun stories that we've been missing. Probably about 9:15 tomorrow night.
Merca.
9:30. So we'll be back for like formal. But I wanted to jump back in and talk to everyone and prove I'm still alive. So love y'all. I'll talk to you later, Papa. Everyone have a good night. I'll talk to you guys
I will
tomorrow.
try and call again tomorrow there, Rabbi.
Yeah, Rabbi, you'll hear from all of us tomorrow, I'm sure. Love
Yeah,
you
make
all.
sure to slide into my DMs, CCW.
Bye, guys.